we're asking you, if former President Goodluck Jonathan comes out to say he wants to contest as president again, would you vote for him?
Personally, I will not.
Why not?
He has had an opportunity to move this country from a very low level to a high level. By whatever means, he let the opportunity slip him by. And there hasn't been any indication that the appropriate lessons have been learned either by him or by those who governed with him. That is one reason. Nevertheless, he still has an opportunity to contest because under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he's entitled to 2 terms. But if between now and the time of the next election, there is a demonstrable proof, an evidential manifestation on his side to right the wrongs, and it is evidenced by strong policies, by procedures put in place, checks and balances that are provable, chances are that I will give him that chance. But between now and then, if there is no chance of that, he had better remain where he is. And number 2, there is the need for a paradigm shift in the governance of this country. Since independence in this country, the same group of people, the same feudal oligarchic system, not democratic. Nigeria's political system is said to be democratic, which means it's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But if you look at it very well, you will discover that there is an oligarchy, a group of people who from 1960 have continued to recycle themselves into the same system, and they constituted an aristocratic system. They had made all the money by recycling themselves to and from one political system, one republic, and one dispensation to another. And then they became a feudal. In other words, it is like a monarchy. And every now and then, they remain there. Nobody is able to question them the way no one can question royal authority. Therefore, we say we're practicing democracy, but beneath that foundation of the democratic veneer we see above are oligarchic, aristocratic, and feudalistic foundations. It is these same people that are likely to throw up their own. When Jonathan came up, I had an interview. Some people, because I'm a human rights activist anyway, some human rights activists from overseas, from the German Frederick Ebert Foundation came, and they said, do you see any hope for Nigeria? I said, the hope will be if President Jonathan is able to break free from the platform that threw him up. But if he's not able to, he will disappoint Nigeria. And this is based on the fact of our assessment of the Nigerian political system for long. If you come up through a system that is corrupt, because that system is bigger than you and threw you up, it will bring you down. President Buhari himself proclaimed he was for nobody and was for everybody. But it was the APC platform that threw him up, swallowed CPC, NPP, and because of these people, remember he had contested 4 times without getting the ticket until they collapsed themselves into a strong platform to throw him up. To satisfy these groupings now that threw him up was his undoing. And that's why he cannot be his own man. Now those who will take over must be able to think right, break free from this foundational hegemony, be able to form a new mandate free from the encumbrances of the old, and then come without any attachment and strings and entanglements. They'll be able to deliver. But so long as it is the same old foundation that is throwing up anybody, whether young or old, nothing's going to change. We have had very young people in this country before, since 1999 till now. Donald Duke was young, Fashola was young, Adams and so many. They can't be said to be old people. But what has really changed? The little opportunity they've had at their own levels, have there been any radical change? In Brazil, Lula Inácio Lula da Silva, who became their former president, was just an ordinary shop hand. He was just working in the factory. And then he began to organize the union. And from the union, they organized a party. And the union began to win local council elections. His party won 1 state, 1 local government from the beginning. They administered very well, implemented their policies, and then they went on to win a state. And after about 20-something years, people discovered that the states that this party won, they can manage very well, and then they took him and made him president. In 8 years of Lula da Silva's presidency, he moved 48 million Brazilians from the poverty level to the top level. Until we're able to have people who will demonstrate a clear foresight on mandate based on the foundation, you cannot at any point in time have a new regime in this country.